Hey, how are you? Got a video here on selling big policies and specifically on the commercial business. This is the type of stuff that's going to help you grow your agency from, $500,000 to $1 million to 2 to 3 to 5 to 10. It's the big stuff that moves the book. And I get this question a lot, like, how do I sell more bigger policies? And I'm going to kind of go through how I believe you create the opportunity, how you nurture the opportunity, and then how you see it through to fruition. So as always, my number one goal is to bring you more value than anyone else in the insurance industry by giving away all my free advice, all my free tips, stuff that's worked for me. This is not made up. Like, I actually have lived this or studied it from the greats in the insurance industry. So I'm here to help and try to give you as much value and grow your agency as fast as possible. So let's dive into it. All right, so the commercial stuff. First of all, how to create even this opportunity to get your foot in the door with a big, account. And I'm talking specific commercial stuff and even more specific for independent agents, because captive agents are a little more restricted with what they can do. Like the big stuff doesn't always fit into the, model that they're looking for at State Farm, Farmers, Allstate. So more for independent agents, commercial stuff, but still applies to both. But first of all, how do you get the opportunity? Standard, easy thing, easiest way to get your foot in the door is somebody. So that's where a couple of our accounts have come from. It's like we just know people and had a relationship with somebody who had a big account. And they gave us an opportunity. We came in, we nurtured it, and we saw it through and saved them money and got them a better option and provided better service. So that's one. The other thing you can do is just spread a wide net by email blasting, doing heavy marketing out to, the companies or the industry that you're looking for. Let's just say logistics, or let's just say plumbing companies, or, transportation, whatever it might be. I've done this in the past where I've done email blasts to just tons and tons of different companies that in the area that I'm looking to do, let's just say plumbing. And we'll get an account and we'll spend, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars on these marketing campaigns to go out. And some people might say, like, is it worth it spending that much money? So when you do that, when you get a couple $100,000 account that comes across and they want you to quote it and you close that deal, like that's a $20,000, $30,000 commission. It's worth it. Trust me. So it's worth it. Like spreading a wide net, just putting out email blasts. Hey, if you need anything, we would love an opportunity to see. And then what happens is when you do the big numbers, like you're blasting tens of thousands of people in emails or campaigns like that, somebody's going through some insurance problem. Somebody's coming up for renewal. Like if you do 1,000, there's going to be, out of 365, someone's renewing like this month for sure, 365 days in the year. Do you do 1,000? That means you're going to get 3 opportunities with people that are actually looking for insurance. So it's just a numbers game. So cast a wide net. You might get your foot in the door. And then lastly, the third and most difficult, but actually the one that creates the biggest and best opportunities, which is extremely hard to put into words, but I want to just say the secret sauce of winners, because I've watched other successful people in the game and different industries too, like real estate, commercial real estate, mortgage loan officers, insurance people. How do they get these massive accounts? It's super untraditional, but they find a way, they weasel their way into finding out whoever the decision makers are for these companies. And it's super hard to explain. Like it goes like this. Like you go on LinkedIn, you see the company you want to insure, you find out who the vice president is, then you call into the secretary, find out, the secretary, you say, hey, real quick, just wanted to see who does, I have to talk to somebody about the insurance. Who do I talk to for that? Boom. Now you find out it's not even the vice president that makes the decision. It's actually accounting. So then you get the number and you find out who the accounting person is. Then you call back a week later and say like, hey, is Cindy available? I need to talk to her right now about the insurance. Boom. It's like now they're like, oh, the secretary's like, oh yeah, I'll let you go through because it sounds like you know what you're talking about because Cindy is the decision maker for insurance. She forgot that she told you a week earlier. And this is like this secret sauce that like, I'm just completely made that up. But that's how you get your foot in the door and get a hold of somebody. And like, you can't necessarily like, how do you teach that to somebody? It's very difficult for me to teach that to people. I think it's just a grit winner mindset and being able to kind of like navigate your way in. And I've seen other successful people do this, so I just wanted to share that. Those are kind of the 3 main ways to create the opportunity for big accounts. And then it goes into nurturing. So let's say you use one of those 3 and you got your foot in the door, and now it's like, okay, now what? The best thing that I've seen, the best results, is setting an appointment with the person to go and meet them in person, especially for these big accounts. If they're super far away, sometimes that happens. You can't do that, maybe a Zoom call if you can, but like setting an appointment where you go through everything with them and you get their buy-in and find out, Mike, what would it take to earn your business? What are you looking for? And then get them to say, Chris, you need to save me $10,000, or you need to save me 25% on my insurance, and then I'll give you the business. Great, Mike, shake my hand. Let's do the deal. If I save you 25%, get them to sell the policy. You're selling the policy before you even start working on it. So this is what I recommend, because you don't want to spin your wheels. This is a gold nugget that I got from one of the best insurance. He actually sold one of the biggest insurance policies in the country. And he told me this. I said, I'm not going to share his name, but his name was, let's just say Mike. I was like, Mike, do you have any tips for closing more deals or bigger stuff? How did you do it? Because he sold the biggest policy in the country. And he's like, get them to buy from you before you even start quoting them. And it didn't make sense at the time, but he basically said exactly what I just said. What would it take to earn your business? And if they're like, well, just quote me and then we'll see. Nope, sorry, man. I need to know, it's going to take me some time, and I need to know what it's going to take to earn your business. If not, no worries. I completely understand, and it's all good. I'll just, we'll check again, and you let me know if you ever need me. But don't commit to, because then you're just spinning your wheels. So you want to get them to shake your hand, say, if you save me 10 grand, boom, okay, let's make it happen. Then you make it happen, and boom, you got yourself a big deal. And so setting those appointments and getting in front of the person, reviewing their stuff, finding out what they need, what they're looking for, why are they even giving you a shot at it, and then making it happen. So then the number 3, the part of the process of closing a big deal, is seeing it through to fruition. Some of these accounts that I've worked on that are in the 6-figure range, they took months, and there was many ups and downs throughout these quoting processes to get the deal done, because you feel like quitting. You're like, I'm so over this. This isn't even going to go through. These people are scam artists. Maybe they don't even have the money. You start to think about all these different things, why you should give up and stop quoting them and trying to get it. And that's happened to me, where I've thought about giving up on accounts. And if I had done that, I would have lost out on a couple $100,000 in premiums. So sticking through to it, knowing when the right time is to pull out and say, this isn't worth my time anymore, because these big accounts do take up chunks of time, weeks at a time, to quote them, send out applications, following up with underwriters, getting the client proposals, gathering the info, the applications. Let's just say it's a transportation company, getting all the driver's license numbers, running all the MVRs, getting all the trucks VIN numbers. When it's a fleet of 25, 50 trucks, the bigger stuff you work on is just going to take you a longer time to quote, get a quote approved, especially because companies are taking on much bigger risk. The underwriting process is much longer. So hopefully that makes sense. Don't spin your wheels. And that is it, guys. That's basically the process from start to finish. Getting in the door, nurturing, and then seeing it through to fruition. And then obviously the last little sliver, which is the most important of all, is closing the deal and getting the money and getting them to commit. And so if you can't close the deal, that means, and you don't feel that is second nature at this point. If you feel nervous going into the close, obviously some of this big stuff gets your butterflies going a little bit, but if it's not second nature, that means that you still have a lot of training to do for your own closing. So make sure you feel, when you're closing a deal, it feels natural and second nature, because at this point, unless it was some massive, which I hope I get something like that gives me butterflies, I feel comfortable. I could sell somebody a $500,000 policy and I wouldn't feel that uncomfortable. I would be ready to roll. I've done this before. Let's get this going. And yeah, so make sure it feels like it's second nature when you're closing the deal. And that is it. So if you guys get any value from this, please give a like, please comment, please subscribe, ring the bell if you can. I would really appreciate it. That's what keeps me going. And as always, I'm trying to bring more value than anyone else. So guys, really, really appreciate you. Anything else I can do, drop it in the comments. Feel free to go on chriscostantini.com. It's almost coming up. It's like the last couple days. So if you book a call, it's still half off in February, but in now March, we are going back to the regular pricing for the consulting calls. So also coming out with the ebook soon. I know I've promised that in the past, but I will get that done. It is something I want to do for the industry and try to bring more value. So I want to get all my best stuff in there. But that is it. That's basically all I got. If you guys do find any value, thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you guys at the top. Thanks so much, and best of luck, everybody. Keep crushing it. Don't give up on the big stuff. Go after it. And yeah, man, it's a beautiful business. It's a beautiful business that, you front load your efforts and your work. Like, it's Saturday right now. My friends are all on a boat. They're all partying. And I'm here making this video because I want to separate myself and do the work now so that you can, relax and enjoy in the future. And that's and part of it, enjoy the process in the meantime too. So that's all I got. We'll see you guys at the top. See you soon. Peace.